Hello everyone, and welcome to Earth Archives. Hey, do you know that brightest star in the night sky? It's what we often call the morning star or the evening star, Venus. Why is it so bright?
Venus, the most dazzling morning star and evening star in the sky. Why is it so bright, becoming an impossible-to-ignore presence in the night sky? The answer lies in its thick atmosphere. Imagine Venus as a giant mirror, capable of reflecting up to 70% of sunlight back into space. This is its secret weapon for shining so brilliantly. This mysterious white down jacket is actually made up of dense sulfuric acid clouds. These clouds not only make Venus appear sparkling, but also have a strong reflective effect, causing the sunlight to shine dazzlingly. When you look up at the sky, that twinkling Venus looks like it's wearing a layer of glittering armor, so bright that it's almost impossible to look away. However, beneath this beautiful exterior, Venus's environment is extremely harsh. The thick clouds and atmosphere cause surface temperatures to soar above 400 degrees Celsius. The sulfuric acid clouds also create a strong greenhouse effect, making Venus the hottest planet in the solar system. This combination of brightness and danger makes Venus an important subject for scientists studying atmospheres and climate change.
Wow, so even though it's so far away from us, it can shine as brightly as a night lamp?
Venus's brightness even outshines the stars next to the moon, and this brilliance made it one of the most mysterious celestial bodies in ancient civilizations' eyes. From Babylonian astronomical records to ancient Chinese star observations, from the Greek goddess of love Venus to the distant Maya civilization in the Americas, Venus held important status and symbolic meaning across cultures. Ancient people regarded Venus as a sign of good or bad omens, believing it influenced the movement of heaven and earth and human fate. Babylonians used Venus's motion to create calendars and even predict seasonal changes. Ancient Chinese called Venus Qiming or Chang'eng, symbolizing light and hope, recording its appearance times to judge political situations. The Greeks associated Venus with the goddess of love and beauty, giving it a romantic and mysterious aura. And the Maya developed precise Venus cycle calculations to guide religious and agricultural activities.
But it's so bright, does that mean it's very similar to Earth? Why is it often called Earth's sister planet?
Venus's diameter is about 95% that of Earth's, and its mass is close to 81.5% of Earth's. Structurally, the two are quite similar, which is why Venus is called Earth's twin planet. From a distance in space, Venus's round and bright appearance looks almost like Earth's mirror image, leading people to mistakenly think they have similar environments and conditions for life. However, this similarity is only superficial. The environment inside Venus is completely different. In fact, it's extremely harsh and forms a sharp contrast to Earth. Venus has a thick and dense atmosphere, mainly composed of carbon dioxide, covered by dense sulfuric acid clouds. This causes the surface pressure to be more than 90 times that of Earth's, and temperatures reach about 460 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. This extreme heat and pressure make Venus's surface unsuitable for life and incredibly hostile. In contrast, Earth has a mild climate suitable for life and abundant water sources, which Venus cannot compare to.
Completely different? Does it have water, atmosphere, or places suitable for humans to live?
Haha, quite the opposite. Venus's surface doesn't have the water sources we're familiar with. No winding rivers, no lush green forests. Its atmosphere is unusually thick and is almost entirely carbon dioxide, which causes an extreme greenhouse effect, making Venus the hottest planet in the solar system. The surface temperature reaches 460 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. Imagine putting an entire city inside a super hot oven with no fan, and the temperature stays this high constantly. That's everyday life on Venus. Besides a high temperature, Venus's atmospheric pressure is also astonishing, about 90 times that of Earth's, almost like being crushed under a kilometer-deep ocean. The thick atmosphere and high pressure make it impossible for any Earth-like life form to survive there. Venus's surface is covered by dense sulfuric acid clouds, which reflect a lot of sunlight, making Venus one of the brightest objects in the night sky, like a sparkling diamond. But at the same time, these clouds obscure its mysterious interior.
That sounds terrifying. So, is there almost no life on Venus's surface?
Living on Venus's scorching and high-pressure surface is nearly impossible. The pressure is 90 times that of Earth, and temperatures reach 460 degrees Celsius, making survival unimaginable. However, recent scientific research has revealed an exciting discovery. About 50 kilometers above Venus's clouds, there exists a relatively mild environment. Here, temperatures range between 20 to 70 degrees Celsius, and the pressure is close to Earth's standard atmospheric pressure, making this layer a potential refuge for life. Surprisingly, these clouds at that altitude contain water vapor, which is one of the essential conditions for life. Scientists speculate that there could be microorganisms or even more complex life forms living there. The presence of water vapor, combined with suitable temperatures and pressure, creates a small but stable ecological niche, transforming Venus from a hopeless, scorching desert into a new hotspot for scientists searching for extraterrestrial life. Oh my God, are you saying that life on Venus might be floating in the air? The idea of airborne microorganisms on Venus is like something out of a sci-fi novel. A floating city of life in the clouds, truly astonishing. These microbes could be suspended in Venus's clouds, using the abundant chemicals there as their energy source. Although they're not plants or animals as we know them, they can survive in the extremely acidic sulfuric acid clouds, demonstrating incredible adaptability and diversity of life. This idea challenges our traditional understanding of life forms. Most life on Earth depends on water and oxygen, but these microbes on Venus might rely on completely different chemical reactions to sustain themselves. They float in the thick sulfuric acid clouds, enduring strong acidity and ultraviolet radiation, yet still thrive, like a miracle of life floating in the sky.
Speaking of the acidic clouds, is Venus's atmosphere really that dangerous?
Venus is an extreme and dangerous world. Its thick clouds are mainly composed of sulfuric acid, which is highly corrosive. These heavy sulfuric acid clouds are not only toxic, but also accompanied by violent storms, with wind speeds reaching up to 360 kilometers per hour, far faster than any hurricane on Earth. Imagine standing on such a planet, surrounded by strong acid and fierce winds. That overwhelming force is almost unimaginable. These acidic clouds create acid rain, but interestingly, the acid rain evaporates quickly before reaching the surface due to the high temperatures, leaving Venus's surface dry and barren. This extreme acidic environment, combined with fierce storms, makes Venus one of the most inhospitable planets in the solar system for humans.
What about the day and night on Venus? Our Earth day is 24 hours. Is it about the same on Venus?
Venus's rotation speed is astonishing and very different from Earth's. It rotates extremely slowly. One full rotation takes 243 Earth days, which is even longer than the time it takes Venus to orbit the Sun once. Even more surprising is that Venus rotates in the opposite direction to Earth, meaning it has a retrograde rotation. This means the Sun rises and sets in the opposite direction from what we're used to. Because of this unusual rotation, one day on Venus equals 243 Earth days, while one Venus year is only about 225 Earth days. This causes daytime and nighttime on Venus to each last about 117 Earth days. In other words, the Sun hovers in the sky for nearly 4 months, providing continuous daylight, followed by a long 4-month night. The cycle of light and dark completely overturns our usual perception of time.
Does Venus have mountains or volcanoes? What does its surface look like?
Venus's surface is stunning and diverse, mainly dominated by vast plains, but it also features magnificent highlands and mountain ranges. Among them, the most famous is Aphrodite Terra, a highland area nearly the size of Africa on Earth, grand and imposing, showcasing the vast scale of Venus's terrain. In the northern hemisphere, Ishtar Terra stands out as a representative highland, home to Venus's highest peak, Maxwell Montes, which rivals Earth's Mount Everest in height, truly the roof of Venus. Besides these spectacular mountains, Venus is also renowned for its volcanic activity and is the most volcanically dense planet in the solar system. Thousands of volcanoes dot its surface, creating strange yet magnificent landscapes that resemble a lava art gallery. These volcanoes not only shape Venus's appearance, but also reflect its internal geological activity and heat flow.
Does it have a magnetic field? We know magnetic fields are important for life and atmospheres.
Venus is one of the most mysterious planets in the solar system, and one intriguing fact is that it almost completely lacks an intrinsic magnetic field. Compared to Earth's strong magnetic field, which acts like a sturdy shield protecting the atmosphere from direct solar wind attacks, Venus has no such natural protective barrier. This makes its atmosphere extremely vulnerable to being stripped away and eroded by intense solar wind. However, Venus's atmosphere is not entirely defenseless. Although it doesn't have a strong magnetic field generated by its core, the interaction between Venus and the solar wind creates a weak, induced magnetic field. This induced magnetic field acts like a very thin shield. Though far less powerful and stable than Earth's magnetic field, it still slows down the rate at which the atmosphere is stripped away. In a way, this induced magnetic field is Venus's subtle form of self-defense, quietly guarding its thick and unique atmosphere despite the harsh conditions.
Wow, Venus seems both beautiful and dangerous. How have humans explored it throughout history?
Venus, the dazzling morning and evening star, has fascinated humans since ancient times. Thousands of years ago, the Babylonians, Egyptians, ancient Chinese, and even the Maya civilization in the Americas carefully observed and recorded Venus's movements with the naked eye. These ancient observations not only reflected humanity's curiosity about the sky, but also laid the foundation for astronomy. In the 17th century, the invention of the telescope completely changed how humans observed the universe. Galileo was the first to observe Venus through a telescope and discovered its phases, similar to the moon's, from crescent to full. This discovery became crucial evidence supporting Copernicus's heliocentric theory, rewriting humanity's understanding of the solar system. Venus's movement was no longer myth, but a phenomenon explained by science. After the 20th century, with rapid advances in space technology, humans began sending probes directly to Venus. In 1962, the U.S. Mariner 2 became the first spacecraft to successfully fly by Venus, sending back key data on its atmosphere, temperature, and radiation, unveiling the mystery of this scorching planet. Soon after, the Soviet Union launched the famous Venera program, with a series of probes successfully landing on Venus's surface and capturing real images, marking humanity's first direct glimpse behind the planet's thick clouds to its hot, harsh world.
Lastly, I'm curious, what is the Venus transit? Why do so many people look forward to it?
The Venus transit, a rare and spectacular astronomical event, is an important milestone in astronomy. When Venus slowly passes across the face of the Sun, it appears as a tiny black that moving against the bright solar disk, capturing the attention of countless astronomy enthusiasts and scientists. This transit occurs in a very special cycle, usually once every 8 years, but then not again for over a century, making each observation incredibly precious. In the 18th century, the Venus transit was not just a spectacle for skywatchers, but also key for solving the cosmic distance puzzle. By timing the transit from multiple locations on Earth, scientists successfully calculated the distance between the Earth and the Sun, known as the astronomical unit (AU). This breakthrough laid the foundation for modern astronomy, providing a precise scale for understanding the solar system and even the wider universe.
After hearing all this, I feel that Venus is both mysterious and beautiful, and it might even hold traces of life.
Venus is not only the brightest star in the night sky, but also like a natural scientific laboratory, continuously revealing the mysteries and wonders of the universe to us. Its thick carbon dioxide atmosphere and scorching surface give us a profound understanding of the severity of the greenhouse effect and serve as a warning that we must cherish and protect Earth, the only home suitable for human life. The extreme conditions on Venus, from relentless heat to the highly acidic sulfuric acid clouds, remind us how precious Earth's beauty truly is.
Earlier, you mentioned ancient people's observations of Venus. Could you tell me more about its role in mythology and culture?
Venus has held an important place in human culture since ancient times, imbued with rich and profound symbolism. In ancient Babylon, Venus was regarded as the embodiment of the goddess Ishtar, associated with love and war, symbolizing both passionate love and the power of conflict. This bright celestial body was not only the most dazzling presence in the sky, but also a messenger of gods and fate, guiding people's beliefs and lives. Turning to ancient Greece, Venus was identified with Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty and love. Venus's brilliance was seen as the radiance of Aphrodite, lighting up the night sky and symbolizing the purity and allure of love. The Greeks observed Venus's movements to understand the connection between nature and human nature, influencing their art and philosophy. In ancient China, Venus was called Tai Bai and carried dual meanings of auspiciousness and warning. Its appearance and movement were often used to predict agricultural harvests and shortages, as well as to judge the rise and fall of dynasties and the outcomes of wars. The ancients closely observed Venus's trajectory, linking celestial phenomena with earthly changes, demonstrating an early fusion of astronomy and cultural wisdom.
So, it's not just a celestial body, but also like a mysterious tool for divination?
Before the invention of the telescope, Venus's bright presence and unique movement patterns became an important basis for humans to interpret celestial omens of good or bad fortune. This shining morning and evening star carried countless imaginations and hopes of ancient people, becoming an indispensable symbol in culture and belief. When Venus appeared as the morning star on the eastern horizon, it symbolized the coming of a new day, bringing light and hope. Ancient people regarded it as an auspicious omen, representing good harvests, peace, and happiness. However, when Venus set as the evening star in the sunset glow, it was seen by many as a warning or even an ill omen.
From the perspective of modern science, how has Venus been explored?
The exploration history of Venus is rich and full of challenges, reflecting humanity's relentless pursuit of this mysterious planet. In 1961, the Soviet Union launched the famous Venera program, sending multiple probes to Venus. Some of these probes successfully penetrated the dense atmosphere and landed on the surface, capturing the first precious and somewhat blurry images. These images provided invaluable data for future research and shattered many of the speculations about Venus's surface. In 1962, the United States launched Mariner 2, the first successful spacecraft to fly by Venus, returning a wealth of scientific data about Venus's atmospheric composition and surface temperature. This information revealed Venus's extremely high surface temperature, immense atmospheric pressure, and a carbon dioxide-dominated atmosphere, helping scientists to better understand the planet's extreme environment. Mariner 2's mission not only confirmed Venus's harsh conditions, but also laid the groundwork for subsequent missions. Entering the 21st century, the European Space Agency's Venus Express, equipped with sophisticated instruments, precisely mapped the dynamic movements of Venus's atmosphere and its complex terrain. This spacecraft observed Venus for many years, using radar to scan the planet's surface, unveiling hidden volcanoes, mountains, and plains beneath the thick clouds. This allowed scientists to gain a comprehensive understanding of Venus's geology and climate features.
How long can these probes survive in such an extreme environment?
Venus's extreme conditions pose one of the harshest challenges in the history of space exploration. Its surface temperature reaches about 460 degrees Celsius, and the pressure is around 90 times that of Earth. These conditions would almost instantly destroy any common electronic components from Earth. During the Soviet Union's 20th Century Venera program, several probes landed on Venus, but their lifespans were extremely short. Most could only operate for about 2 hours before succumbing to the intense heat and pressure, ending their missions. Imagine placing a smartphone directly into a high-pressure, high-temperature steam cooker. This kind of environment is fatal to electronics. Even the most advanced technology cannot function properly for long under such conditions. Venus's harsh environment not only tested engineers' design capabilities, but also drove innovations in heat-resistant materials and electronic components.
That's so harsh. But scientists still kept studying it. What have they gained from it?
The discoveries from exploring Venus have been incredibly rich and profound, revealing astonishing secrets about our neighboring planet. Thanks to direct data from the probes, we've been able to glimpse Venus's surface terrain, intense volcanic activity, violent storm systems, and the complex chemical makeup within its thick clouds. These data not only help us understand Venus's extreme greenhouse effect and climate, but also provide valuable comparisons to aid Earth's climate science research and forecasting. Venus's atmosphere is filled with carbon dioxide, creating a powerful greenhouse effect that raises surface temperatures to about 460 degrees Celsius, an extreme state that Earth might face if climate change spirals out of control. Its volcanic surface reveals geological activity, suggesting that volcanic eruptions may have significant impacts on the atmosphere and climate. The storms and highly acidic sulfuric acid clouds further challenge our understanding of planetary weather systems. From another perspective, Venus acts like an extreme mirror of Earth's climate, reflecting what our planet's future could look like if the greenhouse effect runs rampant. This makes Venus not only a subject of astronomical research, but also a crucial warning reference for Earth's climate change.
That sounds like something straight out of science fiction. Is it possible to build a base on Venus in the future?
Venus, this extreme neighboring planet, is almost impossible for humans to live on its surface due to the intense heat and pressure. However, scientists have discovered an amazing possibility about 50 kilometers above its surface: the concept of floating cities. This idea is based on the unique environment in Venus's upper atmosphere. At about 50 kilometers altitude, the pressure and temperature are surprisingly similar to Earth's surface conditions. Pressure close to 1 atmosphere and temperatures between 20 and 70 degrees Celsius, providing relatively comfortable conditions for life. The floating city concept involves building platforms or balloon-like structures that hover in this relatively mild layer, using ultra-lightweight and corrosion-resistant materials to float above Venus's sulfuric acid clouds. This way, humans or future probes could avoid the harsh surface conditions, 460 degrees Celsius and 90 times Earth's pressure, and establish sustainable research bases or living areas in the sky above Venus.
So maybe floating life really exists there.
The possibility of life in Venus's upper cloud layers has become an exciting topic in recent years. Recent studies have detected a rare chemical compound, phosphine, in the dense sulfuric acid clouds about 50 kilometers above Venus's surface. On Earth, phosphine is mainly associated with microbial metabolic activity, typically found in anaerobic, oxygen-free environments. The presence of phosphine has led scientists to reconsider whether unknown forms of life might exist in Venus's atmosphere. Of course, The detection of phosphine does not directly prove life on Venus. It remains a cautious and challenging subject, as phosphine could also be produced by non-biological chemical reactions. Nevertheless, this anomalous signal has sparked great interest among scientists, who believe the upper cloud layers might provide an environment suitable for microbial life. Compared to the surface's 460-degree heat and extreme pressure, the temperature and pressure conditions up there are much milder, and the presence of some water vapor provides a theoretical basis for life.
Do Venus's extreme storms and climate pose a threat to these floating life forms?
The extreme environment in Venus's upper atmosphere presents huge challenges in the search for floating life. The wind speeds in Venus's clouds can reach an astonishing 360 kilometers per hour, comparable to the fiercest hurricanes on Earth. Such intense storm conditions make it extremely difficult for any life to survive peacefully there. Even more unimaginable is that these clouds are filled with thick, highly corrosive sulfuric acid, which is extremely destructive to biological tissues. However, scientists speculate that if floating microbes do exist on Venus, they must have special survival mechanisms. For example, these life forms might form bubble or membrane-like structures, acting as natural protective layers to resist strong acid corrosion and the onslaught of high-speed storms. This kind of adaptation strategy would allow them to remain stable in such extreme environments, and they might even utilize chemicals in the sulfuric acid as an energy source, truly a miracle of life in harsh conditions.
It sounds like Venus is a natural laboratory. How do scientists observe it?
Besides space probes, Earth-based radio telescopes and radar observations are also indispensable tools for studying Venus. Because of Venus's thick, opaque sulfuric acid clouds, traditional optical telescopes cannot directly observe its surface. Thus, radio telescopes and radar technology become crucial to penetrate the clouds and unveil Venus's mysterious veil. The Arecibo Observatory in the United States was a prime example of this. As one of the world's largest and most sensitive radio telescopes, it sent powerful radar signals toward Venus and received the reflected echoes, enabling scientists to map Venus's terrain. Through these radar data, scientists can precisely measure Venus's mountains, plains, and volcano distribution, gaining deep insights into its geological activity and evolutionary history. Additionally, networks of radio telescopes in Europe continue to monitor Venus, especially tracking the dynamic changes in its atmosphere and cloud movements. Observations in these radio wavelengths capture subtle variations in Venus's atmospheric wind speeds, pressure, and chemical composition, helping scientists analyze the climate mechanisms behind the extreme greenhouse effect and compare them with Earth's atmospheric system.
It sounds like Venus is not just about astronomy, but also involves Earth's climate and environmental science.
Venus is the brightest planet in our solar system, but its extreme climate conditions also serve as an important warning for Earth's environmental protection. The surface temperature of Venus reaches up to 460 degrees Celsius, mainly due to its thick atmosphere composed almost entirely of carbon dioxide, causing an extreme greenhouse effect. This super greenhouse effect makes Venus a world constantly scorched by heat, almost unsuitable for any form of life. It is precisely because of such extreme conditions that scientists conduct in-depth studies on Venus. By understanding Venus's atmospheric composition and climate changes, we can better comprehend the role of carbon dioxide in the greenhouse effect and predict the possible climate challenges Earth might face in the future. Venus's climate evolution acts like a mirror, reflecting what could happen to Earth if humanity fails to effectively control greenhouse gas emissions, potentially leading to similarly dangerous high temperatures.
Speaking of day and night cycles, you mentioned before that it has a retrograde rotation and that its day and night each last 117 Earth days. Does this affect the storms?
Venus is a planet full of mysteries and extreme climate characteristics. Its rotation speed is extremely slow, yet its surface temperature variation is surprisingly small, which is very rare in the solar system. Venus takes about 243 Earth days to complete one rotation, meaning its surface is exposed to sunlight for a very long time, which theoretically should cause huge temperature differences. However, in reality, the surface temperature on Venus is quite uniform. This is due to the amazing power of its atmosphere. The upper atmosphere of Venus rotates very fast, with wind speeds reaching hundreds of kilometers per hour, creating a meteorological phenomenon known as a superrotation. This causes the cloud layer in the upper atmosphere to circle the planet over 60 times faster than the planet itself rotates, generating intense global circulation systems. These high-speed winds interact with the surface terrain, producing complex and dynamic weather patterns. This phenomenon is extremely valuable for the study of space meteorology and planetary climate research.
Can we see these storms with telescopes?
Although Earth-based telescopes can capture the outline of Venus's thick cloud cover, they cannot penetrate the dense sulfuric acid clouds to observe the storms and surface details beneath. This has long made Venus a mysterious enigma to humanity. However, the development of radar imaging technology changed everything, allowing us to glimpse the true face behind Venus's heavy clouds. The Soviet Union's Venera 15 and Venera 16 probes were pioneers in using radar imaging technology. They successfully penetrated the clouds and clearly presented maps of Venus's surface terrain to scientists. Later, the U.S. Venus Express probe took this technology to new heights, precisely mapping the planet's mountains, volcanoes, and plains, while also revealing the movement patterns of its storm systems. These radar images opened a window for humanity, enabling us for the first time to visually understand this planet shrouded in thick clouds, thus unveiling the mysteries of Venus.
Speaking of curiosity, do you think ordinary people can participate in exploring Venus?
Venus, the brightest planet in the sky, is not only the subject of study for professional astronomers, but has also become a popular target for modern astronomy enthusiasts. With technological advancements, amateur astronomers can now use affordable telescopes to clearly observe Venus's phases, from crescent to half and full, each phase revealing the secrets of its orbit around the Sun. This first-hand experience of witnessing planetary motion is not only amazing, but also inspires countless people's love and curiosity for the universe. Besides direct observation, modern technology offers a wealth of online resources. Astronomy enthusiasts can join various online courses, where experts explain Venus's astronomical characteristics and provide updates on the latest exploration missions, giving deeper insight into this mysterious planet. Even more exciting, as space probes continue to send back the newest data from Venus, people can watch high-definition images at home and follow the latest scientific discoveries, as if embarking on a cosmic adventure across hundreds of millions of kilometers.
Will we have a chance to see a Venus transit in the future?
The Venus transit is an extremely rare and precious natural phenomenon in astronomy. When Venus slowly passes across the face of the Sun, it appears as a tiny black, gently gliding over the blazing giant. This event happens very infrequently, usually occurring in pairs 8 years apart, but the interval between such pairs can be over 100 years. The next Venus transit won't happen until 2117, making each transit a rare and momentous occasion for historians and astronomy enthusiasts alike.
Today has truly been a magical journey to Venus. I understand it so much more deeply than before. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like, and leave comments, so we can explore even more knowledge together.
Next time you look up and see that bright star in the night sky, remember it's not just a shining light. It carries history, science, and imagination. Venus is just such a fascinating planet.